Hello my loves, it's Kat here, and today we're going to be making this pretty Tunisian crochet V-neck top. If you would like to use the pattern on its own or along with this tutorial, it's available now on my website and on my Etsy shop. But for now, let's get into it. This top is split into 3 sections. Section 1 is the bottom part, so we'll cast on and make a simple rectangle. Followed by section 2, where we'll start decreasing around the neckline and finish up at the shoulder. Then we'll finish with section 3, which will be decreasing around our neckline on the other side. We'll be making the back identical to the front, so you have 2 panels that we can sew together at the shoulders. Next, we'll sew down the sides, do a little slip stitching around the edges, and voila, our top will be complete. The materials you'll need for this project are 3 skeins of Wendy DK Cotton Love. I'm going to put the label here because I actually have lost my labels, I'm so sorry. It's one of the best yarns I've ever used, and I'm not exaggerating, this is not an ad. It's just so soft. It's a blend of cotton and acrylic. Then you'll need a 5mm Tunisian crochet hook. This is a basic one that I got the whole set for £2 on eBay. I'm going to link the Amazon link below for you. Or if you want to be a little bit bougie, you can get the Knitpro 5mm Tunisian crochet hook. This is H8 in US. And it's just a little bit nicer to hold. It's made with wood and metal, and you can screw on your cable at the end. So that's what I use for the majority of the project, but you do not have to use this. This is only like £4, I think, anyway, on its own. But yeah, if you want to use this one, that's totally good as well. Scissors, a tapestry needle, and some stitch markers if you like. I also used my Wool Genie as well. I'll put a link in the description. It's just easy to put your yarn on. It's magnetic at the top, and you put your yarn on that without it going anywhere. So I used that as well, and that's it. I have my hook and yarn here, and I'm going to start with the front panel. And I'm going to chain 67, and that is exactly the same as you would do with a normal crochet hook as Tunisian crochet. So we're going to chain 67, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Fantastic, so we have our chain of 67. Now here's where it starts to differ from our regular crochet. So I'm going to put my hook through this first chain and pull up a loop. But leave the loop on my hook. I'm going to continue doing this for every single stitch in the chain. Fantastic, so now we have 67 stitches on the hook. We're going to start pulling through these stitches to prepare for our knit stitch. So I'm going to yarn over and pull through the first one. At the end, it's always just one that you pull through. And then all the way along from here, you're going to yarn over and pull through 2. Like this. So pulling through 2 until we reach the end. Fantastic. So here's where it starts to get cool, because you're going to start the knit stitch. All along this row, you have these posts made up from your yarn. And if you look behind the post, you will see another post. That's the stitch right there. So right in there. And pull up a loop. And that's how you get your knit stitch. So knit stitch, and it's almost like you're slanting these to the side and you can really then see the stitch. And that's all you need to do. This is called the forward pass because your hook is going forward. Kind of think of it as a little train track. Your hook's going forward on the track and you're doing knit stitches. Lovely, so now we've done our forwards pass. We are now going to do the backwards pass. And all it is just exactly as before. We're going to yarn over and go through the first one, and then yarn over and go through two until the end. You're going to carry on like this until you have 60 rows of knit stitch. Fabulous. So now we have 60 rows of 67 stitches, and you should have something that looks like this. Next, we're going to do the forward pass as usual, but we're only going to go to the middle because we're going to start on our V-neck. So we're going to go forward as usual for 33 stitches. Right, you're at your 33rd stitch, and now you want to start the decrease in the neckline. So let's pretend we've gone right to the edge, and this is our edge stitch. So you want to pull through one as usual, if it was an edge stitch. And then because we're doing our decrease here, we're going to now pull through these three. 1, 2, 3. So pulling through 3. Okay, and that's our decrease stitch because you've got 2 into 1. Then just going to pull through 2s all the way along until I get to the end. There we are, so we've done our decrease here. We're going to do this every other row, and then this one we're not decreasing at all because it's just the edge and we want it to go straight up. So we're going to do our normal forward pass. All right, so just so we can be a little bit wary, the decrease stitch, you'll see like 3 in a cluster like this. So we're going to go into that as 1, and then the last one into the edge stitch. All right, now this backwards pass, we're just going to go through 1 and then 2s all the way along because we're not going to do a decrease in this one, but you can see the little V going up. So that decrease stitch, you want to do every other row. Not every row, because I've tried that and it just goes like out way too much, and then you will end up having like the biggest neckline ever. It will just fall off your shoulders. So every other stitch is good for this top. So decrease stitch on the left side, every other row, 4 rows.
Promise not to use. Promise.
And you can count the rows by like these are the stitches, because I know it can be confusing because you've got the forward and backwards pass, but when you're counting, you just count the stitches up. So this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rows. Also, if you want to, you can use a stitch marker for the rows where you decreased, but it should be quite apparent, because when you come back on this row, there's just like evenly spaced stitches here. And on the decrease row, there's kind of like a cluster of the 3. So you'll be able to see that, but if you do need to, you can use a stitch marker to make it easier for you. Good morning, I have my coffee here and I'm ready to show you the other side. So I have my clips still on here and I'm gonna finish this off, but this is what this should look like. Okay, so you should have 36 rows. Now this side, we're going to do a decrease as well. So you have this one going up and then you have this post here, and this is where you want to join your yarn. Okay, so I'm going to take my hook and pop it through that post. Grab my yarn and bring it through. Like this. Okay, so you should have kind of a loop coming out, and then you're going to just do this all the way along. All the way along these posts. This is going to make the other side of your V-neck. Notice I haven't had my coffee, so I'm sounding a little bit tired. I think I just sound like a zombie in the morning sometimes. So we've come to the end, and now we're just going to go and do the return pass. So we're going to do 1 and then pull through 2 all the way until you get to the end. I've had a little bit of coffee now, so I'm pepping up. Alrighty, so now we're back here at the point of the V, and we're going to do our first decrease, but the other side. So this is slightly different to the decrease we did on this side. The way I'm going to do this to line it up as much as I can with the other side to make it look like this is just going to do the decrease right in the first posts. All right, so going into this one and this one. Essentially making the decrease stitch right off the bat. So I put these 2 into one, and that's it. And then you're just going to go along as usual. And as we did on the other side, we're going to do this every other row until we reach 36 rows. now I've decreased on both sides every other stitch for 36 stitches up. But we don't want to leave the edge raw, so let's cast off. Tragically, my nail has decided to come off as well at the edge, so I'm so sorry, so unprofessional. Casting off is the forward pass. As usual, you're pulling up a loop, but instead of leaving that on the hook, you're going to pull it all the way through. And we're going to do that all the way along. There we go, so now we can just pull that up and just weave in the ends. And you're going to do that on both sides. Amazing, so now we have the front panel completely finished. Fabulous, but we need a back panel. And the back panel is exactly the same. So I'll meet you right here when you have done all of this again. So you need 2 of these. Fabulous, so here we have our front panel and back panel, which are exactly the same. And what I'm going to do is turn this one over. So that's the inside. And then lay this one on top. And I'm going to sew across the shoulders with my darning needle. So there we have it, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. I absolutely loved this one. You know I love the yarn, I love the colour, and it's just nice to do something a little bit different than regular crochet, and this is just a beautiful way to do it. If you do want to see more of me, I have a membership here on YouTube. It includes lots of perks and benefits like pattern discounts, behind the scenes, stuff I've been getting up to, yarn diaries, and a lot more. So if you want to be part of my community, then just click join at the top of my page. I will also be doing a behind the scenes video of this video, so stay tuned for that, and I will see you in my next video.